Hi guys, welcome F1 this and that. This is the chat for you, and the chat reviews the Styrian GP this weekend, yesterday. So welcome everybody. Shaka, welcome as well. How are you feeling today?
Thank you very much. Yes, welcome everyone. It's nighttime over here, and I'm sleepy. So I will just feel a little bit off. And if I do, please don't get me wrong. It's just sleep.
But we will anyway.
Don't laugh at all, please.
So you're off?
No, I'm joking, but I'm good. A little bit tired, but I'm good. And yes, we are about to review the Styrian Grand Prix.
Yes.
Indeed.
So, as you know, this is the first question that we always ask each other, right? And I'll go first, as always.
You should.
So, Shaka, first thing that comes to your mind when you think back on what happened today, yesterday.
First thing, they are gonna mop the floor with the Mercs. That's what comes to mind. It's not a word; it's a full sentence. Because the upgrades that the Red Bulls brought are really powerful, and we'll be talking about that in a moment for sure. But in any case, yes, they will clean this championship Red
Both.
Bull style. Yeah,
Both.
for sure.
And after Toto Wolff's interview yesterday, I think yes, that will be the case, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes.
So yeah, that's my general feeling. And what about you? What comes to your mind, to your memory?
Depression.
Why?
We'll talk about that in a minute or so. But yes.
Fair enough.
I felt like a tear rolling down my face at a certain point of the race.
Just one?
Several. Several. But yeah, let's look at the trailer.
Yes, let's take a look at the trailer.
Let's look at the trailer. What do we mean by this? We are going to look at the classification, right? And we'll start from 20th, from last and we'll end up with the first place.
Yeah.
So that's it. So let's go. 20th and last, Gasly didn't even last a lap, right?
Yeah, poor guy.
There was who was it? Was Kimi that?
That was
Leclerc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes. That just ruined.
I think it was really silly.
Leclerc's fault, right?
Yeah. Totally Leclerc's fault, and I think it was avoidable, and it was silly, because Charles, he had a lot of space going on to the left, but he decided to, just move on to the middle, where Gasly was already being compressed by two cars, so he had nowhere to go.
Alonso was on his right side.
Yeah, and the moment they leave turn one, Charles just continued squeezing him.
Yeah.
And Gasly was actually ahead of him, so there was no need for that contact.
Yeah.
Perhaps Charles just misjudged the distance between the front wing and the rear wheel of Gasly. But yeah, in any case, I think it was silly, too early in the race to have such an incident. And it's sad because Gasly had strong pace throughout the weekend.
True.
And I was with some expectations for him for the race.
Definitely. But in the end, when he got to the pits, the suspension was destroyed.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
And that is not normal.
At all, and not normal at all.
Because if it is a puncture, okay, that's fine. Just a puncture, just replace the tire and that's it. But in this case, not the tire.
But I think he had contact again on turn 3. I mean the hairpin. I don't remember if that's turn 3 or not. I think so.
Yeah.
and he had to do a full lap with that tire missing. And I'm not too sure if that started as a slow puncture, meaning that he was pushing for it,
But,
and then midway through the last straight, he actually damaged
okay.
the whole suspension
Yeah.
and the arms and all those fish bones.
Oh well, he was promising and looked promising the race for
Yeah,
Gasly, but well, ended up like that.
misfortune.
Ended
True.
up on that second straight. Anyway, after Gasly, it was Mazepin, 18th, right?
Mhm.
So Mazepin actually,
Well, you're discarding
what?
already
What? What?
someone,
What? I don't know what you, what?
someone.
What?
Exactly that. Let's just call it number 63, shall we?
Oh man.
Does it make a
We have to
difference?
talk about that, right?
Let's talk about it, baby.
Okay, so George Russell.
So what happened? Walk us through, please.
So
Come on.
George Russell was having an amazing race. I was going to say again, but yes, it is again. Yes,
Yeah,
and he took the chance, and from 10th he was already fighting with Alonso and Tsunoda for the 7th place. Alonso was 7th, and George Russell was 8th, Tsunoda 9th, and the truth is that
he was pulling away.
that Williams was having the time of his life, basically. You,
It was one of those moments where Alonso, Russell is faster than you.
yes, yes, and
And he actually was.
it was amazing, and it was giving me hope. The fact that the Williams and George Russell had the medium tires, and not medium. It was the hard tires.
Let me check.
No, it was the medium, and Alonso had the soft tires, right? Correct me if
Let
I'm
me
wrong.
check. Let me check. Well, do continue,
In any
and I will
case,
be
yes.
checking.
In any case, he was faster than Alonso on the Alpine, and he was about to overtake Alonso when all of a sudden he had to go to the to change tires, and
So here we are, Russell.
yes,
So he started with the mediums.
medium, yeah. That's it. And he was faster in the medium tires than Alonso in the soft tires. So, come
Yeah.
on, man. They were giving me hope like that. And all of a sudden, he went to the pits to change the tires. And that's where everything got like screwed.
Well, the problem wasn't the pit stop itself.
No, it was
Actually, he
not. It was
started
not.
having issues with the car,
Yeah.
and so it started overheating. And
Hmm.
then they noticed that there was a cooling issue. I mean, the cooling fluid was just going away. There was a
It
leakage.
was gone.
So, yeah, well, it was going. So the team decided to refill the liquid, but
Yeah.
obviously they couldn't be doing. I mean, every so often,
Yeah.
because it would totally just destroy the race, and the guy would
Yeah.
just do like half of the Grand Prix anyway. So
I
a
was
retirement,
Yeah, I
early
was
retirement.
so upset because first of all I couldn't believe that he was eighth. Let's start with that. Okay, then I couldn't believe that he was fighting with Alpine and AlphaTauri. And
I think I still, I don't. I thought I had here a photo for, I think it was Q3, Q2.
Hmm.
where Williams was topping the charts for the fastest laps. So I took a snapshot and I was about to send it to you because if something happened and qualifying would finish there,
Yeah,
then Williams would be up in front. And actually, you had both Williams there,
yeah.
so it was quite interesting. But anyways, yeah,
It was just sad to see. And during the race, we were talking, and you said something very interesting, and it is true. Um, with so many races that Williams or that engine or whatever, uh,
whatever gremlins they had
yes, they could go wrong in like any Grand Prix, you know.
in any gazillion of other
Exactly.
Grand
That
Prix that they had before, but no, it had
yes.
to be this one, running eighth, fighting for P7 with Alonso, which I'm actually seeing it again.
Mhm.
And man,
Man.
I think
Had
there's
to
a
be this
curse.
one. There is a curse, yes, definitely.
Is it with the car or is it with the driver?
I would say Maldonado's curse.
I would say Maldonado, but I would say it's the driver because he kind of took this
Anyway,
onto Mercedes when he
true, true,
raced them.
true, true. But anyway, that's it. George Russell, the unlucky man of the of the day,
Yeah,
um, and Williams as well. Unfortunately, it was sad to see, at least for me. I
yeah.
have to say. Then 18th Mazepin in the Haas. Well, lost as normal, I would say. Quite funny what happened this weekend. Would you like to walk us through, Shaka?
With Mazepin, well,
Mazepin and Gunther Steiner.
so
It was very funny. I'm
the
sorry.
joke is on. Let's call it that. The
Yes.
joke is on. He's out on the streets. It's
Yes.
official,
Yes.
and he received the prize.
Yes.
And a very curious, interesting, and funny prize, which was Gunther Steiner gave him, on behalf of the whole team, a token, a reality check
Yeah.
token. So for all of you who is familiar with the film Inception, I mean, you guys know that they had these tokens to check whether they are either asleep or
Mm-hmm.
in the real world.
Yeah.
And if you quite recall, the main character had the wife's spinning token.
Yeah.
So they used to call it, what was it? Totems.
Totems. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, oops, sorry, phone is ringing. So basically, they gave him that spinning token
And
so that
he actually Gunther Steiner called him so the Maze spin now has a spin. The Maze spin.
true.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
I have to say, and the fair play as well. It
Yeah.
was. I
Yeah.
think it was
Yeah.
really interesting to see. Then 17th Latifi in the Williams behind Schumacher. Something happened with that Williams. I can only say that because Schumacher in the Haas was faster than Latifi in the Williams. For me
Yeah.
personally, Schumacher is better than Latifi, yes, but come on, is the that has better than the Williams? Come on, you know.
Um, something happened there, I
I
must
think so.
say.
I think
For
so.
with a lot of cars,
Yeah.
um, I cannot blame the tires. I cannot blame. Well, I will put the responsibility on the altitude of the track. It does not suit certain engines or
No, Shaka.
certain.
No, no, no. I don't
No?
agree with you. Why is that? Because Latifi, you were saying that Latifi had issues with the car, with the engine, with whatever. Okay. The truth is that again, Russell was up there. You know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I was
So
trying.
you were. That's true. But again, Latifi is not a good driver. Okay, he's like a taxi driver. Okay, I'm just here to do some laps and that's it. And in the end, just come home because the father has the money. let's let's
Do you
say
think? Do you really think he lacks the grunt, the fire, the passion,
not that because come
the
on.
hunger for wins? Or could it be that the cars doesn't actually suit him?
But come on, if you want to okay, that's fine. The car is not that good. All right. So what do? All right. You show what you can do. okay, you can prove yourself and others, okay, that all right, the car is not that good, but I am able to get something out of the car, just like George Russell,
Consider, yeah,
just
yeah.
like George Russell is doing. Okay, I believe
But
it's the same
consider that
car. Hmm.
this is the best that he can do at this point. Could be that. Not good enough? Yeah, fair enough.
No, it's just not good. I'm sorry. And coming behind, and it's not the first time coming behind the Haas drivers or cars. Man, it's just not acceptable for Williams. I would say so.
Oh, there's one thing that I need to talk about Mazepin, which was
Hmm.
it has to do. He made a comment on an interview
Okay,
saying that he has the heaviest car, or he has the heaviest car between him and his colleague or teammate
but
or whatever you want to
I
call
agree
it.
with that.
What?
Look at his
It's,
pockets full of money.
oh, okay, okay. It's a big anchor.
Easy peasy, right?
But that's a big bold statement because it's a feature of the car that he's revealing,
Hmm.
and I actually want to dig a little bit more into that and try to
Okay.
understand why does he have more weight on his car than Schumacher?
Hmm.
That I don't know. Why would
Why?
you say that?
You
It's
know
it's, it's odd.
they're no longer best friends, right?
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know.
If they ever were, but
I think in the beginning probably, but the truth is that I think there's some fire going on there. Don't you think so?
there's some bad blood between them.
I wouldn't say bad blood, but yeah, something's not right there. Something's wrong's not
Rotten.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's rotten, a rotten piece.
after that,
So we were
Schumacher.
talking about Latifi and then Schumacher, yes.
Schumacher, yes, again, very good, very good. He did what he
What you
could,
could.
right,
Yeah,
with that
exactly.
car, and in the fight with the Williams, come on, he won
Yes.
again. All right, so there you go. Now, 15th, Giovinazzi.
Mm-hmm. Bit of a
Okay,
surprise there.
surprise. I would say the next three drivers, yes, they were a surprise, but um, yeah, it's the alpha. That alpha is not that good. Okay, and
Well,
probably
yeah, we know that, but we've seen better performances
oh,
from
definitely,
Giovinazzi.
definitely.
Right.
So something happened there, probably because of the tires or whatever. I don't know, but
And I mean, Ocon was clearly struggling for pace. Ricardo had some issues with his McLaren. I mean, hardware issues.
uh-huh.
And Raikkonen, he nearly got to the points.
Yeah.
So expectations, I mean, benchmarking Giovinazzi against his teammate,
Hmm.
we would expect him, and especially Ocon and Ricardo limping.
Yeah.
I would say that Giovinazzi, I would expect him to be a little bit
Yeah.
higher in the ranking. In any case, this was the best that he could do, 15th. Perhaps it was down to tires, setup, I don't know.
Probably. Probably.
Many issues.
Probably. Then 14th, we have
Issues in the head.
in the hat. Probably the hair. He needs to cut that hair.
Yeah, that's the extra weight. Perhaps he's the
Exactly.
one with the extra weight.
Exactly. 14th, Esteban Ocon. I
Yeah.
dare to say that since he signed that new contract, that okay, I have this contract, so
Flump.
I'm good. So I'm good. So they will not fire me at least for the next 3 years. So I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want. Right?
Or could have they swapped chassis and given his chassis to Alonso?
I don't believe that. I
Because
don't know.
he mentioned something really interesting. He
Hmm.
said that he wants the team to investigate why all of a sudden his car is underperforming.
And is it
And
Alonso?
no, I'm not saying it was Alonso because I mean the guy is just sitting there and driving the car,
Hmm.
same as Ocon. But well, it's odd, as you said. It's
I don't
really
know.
odd.
To be honest, I don't know. Probably the development that they brought into the car suited better
Alonso.
Alonso, right? Alonso better. So
Eh,
probably that was the case. I don't know. I don't know because Alonso to provide feedback in terms of developing a car, I would say it's much better than Ocon, right? Because he has the experience and the knowledge and all that.
or the team is building the car around Alonso,
But if they are
and
doing that, it doesn't make any sense. It's a huge mistake. And that's my opinion, okay, pleonasm. So if you're there, that's exactly what.
Actually, he's saying
Oh
exactly
yeah,
that.
exactly. But I state here, okay, publicly, that if Alpine is building a car around Alonso, is it is a big mistake, okay, because Alonso is not the future of Alpine, okay, and I would dare to say that Ocon is the future alongside with that Chinese, uh, what's his name?
Wahim Zhu,
Zhang Zhu, something like that.
something like
Yes.
that.
So that is the
My
future for.
Mandarin, my Chinese is not that good.
Yeah. But
Apologies
yes,
for
that
all.
that is the future for Alpine. So if they are doing that, if they are developing the car, or I don't know, doing whatever they are with around Alonso, then I think it's not a good move, to be honest. And I really like Alonso, as you all know. Okay,
Guan Yu Zhu,
Guan Yu Zhu, exactly.
not the best person to say his name.
Pleonasmo is saying Alonso has the experience in driving old cars. Is like bringing Fangio to improve Red Bull's car.
Well, Fangio is Fangio,
The only
right?
problem with that, is that Fangio is dead by now, pleonasm. So it's not that possible. All right. But yes, I understand what you're saying. Okay. Now, Ocon, yes. Just as a joke, I said that he signed a 3-year deal with Alpine, so
Hmm.
he's now done. So yeah, I don't care anymore. So yeah, we'll talk in the last year contract. Now after that, I will leave it to you. So Ricardo, 13th. Don't come with the excuses that there was a hardware issue or whatever. Okay, because the qualifying was as poor as the race.
I'm having some issues here.
Talking about McLaren now.
Do you copy? I can't read you.
Just like I was having issues with the with the
Yes,
Williams before.
yes. Well, actually, he had some issues with his car, with the hardware.
Hmm.
So, by that I mean his brain. Well, you were asking me on the preview if Ricardo's pace was actually his real pace, and if we were having like Ricardo back.
Hmm.
I remember saying something like, "Well, we'll have to wait and see." And I don't think that this car suits his driving abilities. And basically, this race was more of the same.
True.
And yeah, there's nothing much to add. We have
True.
to be honest.
Yes.
At the moment, he sucks big time with his car and with the features that the car has, and his driving style is completely different. So
Hmm.
it might take him like the full season for him to get accustomed to the car, but at the end, it won't matter that much because we will have a new formula next year. So
True. The thing is that he's not helping McLaren in the fight with the Ferraris, right?
true, not at all, not at all. So yeah, trouble. If
Anyway,
McLaren wants to fight for third position, they need to do it with both drivers and not
true.
just one,
True.
because it's going to be a
It's exactly
one horse race.
as we were saying regarding Red Bull. Red Bull
Mhm.
before they only had one car,
One horse, one bull.
one bull to score points, and now they have two, and that's the truth, right? And that's something very interesting that I think it was Hamilton that said our strategy before was around one car, Red Bull car, and now we have to think about two cars because we're
Yeah,
fighting two cars. So that is very interesting to learn. Okay, that Mercedes before they were just worried with Max and what they could do around Max. So two against one, and
yeah.
now it's actually a fair fight. I would say it's two cars against two cars, but. To the Mercs and to the Bulls, we'll get to that in a moment.
Hmm.
So Ricardo is done again, not not good at all. All right, and then we have 12th Sebastian Vettel.
Vettel,
It
yes.
was a good race up to a certain point, but then yeah, it was.
What happened?
I don't know.
Was he
Uh,
fed up? I don't know.
no, I don't think so. I think it was the tires probably. Because he started with which tires, Shaka? Can you double check
Check.
that?
Yeah.
I think he started with the hard ones, right? I don't know. You will tell me.
He's number
He is number
lucky
five.
5, right?
Yeah, the red five.
So he started on the hardest. No, yellow tires.
Medium?
So medium.
Strange.
Yeah, but he went on to the hard tires very early in the game,
So probably
and
that was it. And it was only one stop.
it was only
So
one stop.
towards the
He
end, yes, he just was struggling, probably.
and he started falling behind.
Yeah, it was not a very good race, I have to say. And because this is a very well known track by the drivers, right?
Hmm.
There are not that many secrets, if you know what I mean. Uh, because in Baku, it is a difficult track, and Vettel, with his experience, he was able to bring something to the
Let's put
race.
it this way: it's a track. I love it. I love it.
Love it, love it. Yes,
But it's
yes.
only 9 corners
Hmm.
and 3 corners to the left,
To the
6 to the
left,
right.
to the right.
It's not that hard. That's why I love it, perhaps.
I love it as well. So yes.
But in any case, oh, and the tarmac, it's not that abrasive,
Hmm.
so it's kind on the tires,
Yeah.
meaning that the teams can develop setups that are a little bit more aggressive towards the mechanical grip and
Hmm.
consume a little bit more tires.
Yeah.
But they didn't seem to be able to pull it off. And he's stopping, and we're talking about lap 29. That's when he pitted for the white striped tires with the hardest compound.
Still
And
with a medium doing 29 laps or 30 laps, it's actually very good.
yeah, it is very good. But then he tried to do 40 laps or 41 laps on those white tires.
Yeah.
And well, I
That's
think
the same as
he
Hamilton and Max, right?
Hamilton, or was it Bot? No, it was Hamilton who pitted for in the end.
No, but that was in the end, yes. Lap to
Yeah,
go just for the
but yeah,
fastest
yeah,
lap.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
it was Aston Martin. I don't know, not a very good race from Vettel. And then Kimi, as you've mentioned before, 11th, doing a great
Hmm.
race. He came from down there, like 17th or 18th, and he was able to just be on the verge of scoring
Yeah,
a point, which is very good for Kimi and the Alfa Romeo. But still, yeah, he just didn't manage to get it, unfortunately, for them, obviously.
sure.
Now, top 10, Shaka. Let's go.
Now let's start with the juicy part, and we'll speed up a little bit, right?
Yes.
So,
Tsunoda,
Tsunoda,
AlphaTauri.
living to the expectations? Not.
No, again.
No.
Not able to overtake Alonso, not even when Alonso was struggling with the tires. The AlphaTauri, in my opinion, at the moment is better than the Alpine.
Much
Uh,
better.
so yeah, he should do something more with that car.
Yeah.
What if Gasly was there? Probably would be fighting up there with Sainz, with
Norris.
Norris.
Yeah.
Probably yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, so Tsunoda again, just a point, which is obviously good. No doubt about that. It's always a point, but for that car, I think he needs to do something better. Okay,
Yeah.
then
Should have.
Alonso started to what, eighth, ended up in ninth. The strategy, I don't think it was
Uh,
that good. And in the end, or towards the end, Lance Stroll was able to overtake him, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, Alonso also a bit disappointing because Alpine they don't seem to be moving forward in
No,
terms of development,
they're not.
nor even because it's not just the team developing the car. It's also the engineers and the drivers to understand the machine and try to extract the most out of it.
Yeah.
And well, they're not gaining any understanding on that, and they seem to be more puzzled than ever. Meaning
Yeah.
that in a race like this, in a track like this, I would expect them to do a little bit better, or at least to be a little bit more feisty,
True.
and they weren't. So yeah.
Yeah,
Bit of disappointing there.
Pleonasmo, Alonso lost one position, yes, he did, and Alpine GP2 engine. I sometimes Pleonasmo tends to forget that when McLaren had the Honda engines, they were always coming last. And well, quite often
Or
not
not finishing.
exactly, quite often not finishing the race.
Or not often not starting.
Or exactly not starting or starting with the 30 grid places penalty. So yeah,
Honda came a long way, that's for sure. They started with a GP2 engine, that's for sure. But
yes,
now they have the best engine in the paddock in the F1,
yes,
and
yes.
we're talking about 2021.
We'll talk about that. So yeah. So no.
Yeah, actually, I really want to talk about that because I have some techie, juicy stuff to talk about.
Okay,
You know,
so
that boring techie stuff that I love so much. Oh my god! Oh my god!
let's go. Let's go with that. So Alonso, yes, not that good. He started eighth, ended up ninth. Didn't have the pace. So yeah, it was just there. Lance Stroll, a very good race from Aston Martin. From
Yeah.
that Aston Martin, okay, was able to overtake several cars. So another good race. And this is the difference, Chaka. When I'm talking about Latifi or Mazepin, that their daddies, they just give the money so the kids can play with an F1 car. Stroll is different. And since
Yeah.
day one, I think like this. Stroll, yes, the father is the owner of the team and he has the money, etc., etc. But Stroll keeps improving and bringing points for the team and
Mm-hmm.
doing very good races. Okay, so I
True.
believe this is a difference between Stroll and the other paid drivers. Let's call
Mm-hmm.
it that. Okay, and then Shock, I have to say this. I don't know what's your opinion or not, but Ferrari, what an amazing race. And I was not expecting that at all. Okay, especially after Leclerc's pit stop by the end of the first lap, I thought, okay, the race is ruined for them. But no, it was just an amazing race for both Ferraris, actually.
I know what you mean. I understand it perfectly, and I'm gonna throw a curveball here. I'm gonna because Charles just did a Russell. Things that could have gone really good for him
Yeah,
just went for the worst because obviously he had that issue with his front wing, and then he had to do um, a race pushing up until the end.
yeah.
But yeah, it was really good performance from them both. And I'm gonna jump the gun here, but I that unlapping moment from Sainz,
Yeah.
it was awesome, and I will give some juicy information on that a little bit in a moment, in a little bit. So, but yeah, good
Despite, I
performance
believe you're
overall.
talking about Hamilton, right?
I'm talking about Hamilton
I
and the
think,
request that came from Ferrari.
yeah, I think that Hamilton, by that point of the race, he was already like not pushing.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
He was thinking more on the long run.
yeah, reliability, etc. But yes, but nevertheless,
Yeah,
it was an amazing race from Ferrari. I
it
was
was.
not expecting that because they didn't start well in the
Yeah,
qualifying.
yeah.
Actually, the qualifying was very poor, and I was thinking, okay, so if the qualifying was bad, Ferrari with the race pace that they don't have, they will just drop positions and all that. But no, it was actually the opposite.
And do a backwards
Yeah,
race. Yeah, but they didn't.
but it was the opposite, and
Yeah,
they ended up sixth and seventh, um, and in the fight still
true.
with McLaren. But yeah, would you
Two
like
things
to?
that Pleonasmo is saying. One of them is the team spirit about building a team, and Alonso doesn't have it. This is us circling back to what we were talking about or discussing about Alpine and Alonso and the Honda engine and GP2. Yeah, it's true. It has a team has to be united, and perhaps Alonso didn't know how to do that back then. Not sure if he's gonna be able to do it to pull it off here at Alpine, but in any case, let's see. We'll have to wait and see. Better
From all
race than
the
Sainz from
fr-
Leclerc. Yeah, Leclerc. Yes, much
Leclerc way
better.
better race than Sainz.
Overtaking.
No, I don't agree, and I'm going
Yeah,
to
it's
say
the
why.
overtaking. I think he's talking about the overtakings. that calls
because
it.
because Sainz ended up where apparently he was able to, right? He was
Mhm.
supposed to, behind the McLaren. And Leclerc, he should have been there since the beginning, since lap one, right? So he was not. He just started from the back, right?
Mm.
From last, and then yes, it was a better race because he overtook several cars in
Yeah,
the way to seventh
in that
seventh
sense,
place.
yeah,
So in that sense, yes, definitely a better race. But Carlos Sainz, he was always up there. So
yeah. So,
that's
since we're talking about science,
yes.
let's talk about the overtaking or the
Let's.
unlapping thing that happened on track with Hamilton. So, Sainz was stuck behind Hamilton,
Hmm.
and he was one lap down. So, Sainz did try to overtake Hamilton, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
So, he asked the team, Ferrari, if they could speak with the Mercs
Yeah.
and ask them to let him by. Which Ferrari said, yes, we will see what we can do, and we'll have a chat with them. And apparently they did, and the message was sent to Hamilton, and Hamilton just freed Sainz,
Which is
and
good, I have to say.
yeah,
It
I
was a
think it
nice
was
play.
yeah, nice gesture.
Yes. Um,
Well done, Formula One.
yeah. One thing that we are actually, I was reading yesterday, is that the drivers are all friends of each other, right?
Yeah.
And that I was thinking about the 80s, the 90s, where they were like punching each
Punching each
other.
other. Yeah.
Exactly. And with the mind games in the 2000s and like in last decade as
I,
well.
I remember PK in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
When who was it that took him off on that the first or second
Um,
chicane?
oh, I don't remember the name, but yeah. And he
The
just
guy
went there
just
and punched him. Yeah.
came venting,
Yeah.
fists blazing and punching his way through. And well, for us watching, it was funny, but I'm sure.
Even Senna with Irvine.
Yeah, yeah. Senna, yeah. Schumacher and Coulthard. Um,
Schumacher and Coulthard, yes. Those
there
were the
was
days. Now they are all friends of each other. Come on, that's boring.
they all play PlayStation, play
I miss,
PlayStation.
yeah, I miss Nico Rosberg and those all those mind games with Hamilton and all that.
Yuck. Uh, the, later in, I think was it 2008, 2009, or perhaps 2007,
Hmm.
there was also, I think this is the latest fighting thing that I remember in Brazil with, was it Jarno Trulli and,
Yeah, Force India, right? And Toyota.
yeah, 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 something like that. So
Yes, they
yeah,
were.
that's the last one that I remember.
Yeah,
But yeah,
anyway.
anyways, so we were talking about the top 10. We came down to the top 6, and now we are finally entering the top 5, which is very interesting for several reasons.
Yeah.
Namely, and mostly
Hmm.
important because this is where our healthy competition and betting, gaming, whatever you want
Yes.
to name it, system lies or relies upon.
Actually, I was collecting the bets
Points.
that we received.
Mhm.
But yeah, please continue. Norris fifth,
So yeah, Norris came fifth
save the
again.
day.
Yeah, for McLaren. Again, best of the rest for this second McLaren car, and he did a very good race.
Hmm.
He wasn't upset from behind. There was no real challenge behind him. He could keep it all under control. Also, he could not pose a threat to Perez or to the cars in the front. What else is there to say? Clean race.
Yeah, it was the best of the rest,
Yeah,
definitely.
he did what he should,
Yes,
and that's it.
yes, definitely. And then comes
Then,
fourth, Perez.
yeah, fourth, Perez, Checo. Checo, I was expecting more, much more from
Especially in the
him.
beginning of the race, right? Right?
Any point of the race.
Okay.
Any point of the race. I'm sorry, no excuses there. Apart from he's not 100% comfortable behind that Red Bull,
I think,
which,
I
okay,
think,
I take it.
but I think he was by now.
Come on. The race pace he had, he should have been second in this track. I mean, was
Um,
it lap 2 or 3? Bottas was falling behind. He was behind Bottas, and he was falling already. And come on, what happened to the race pace?
that's true. I
So,
don't know
in
if
any
they were
case,
probably they were saving tires to I don't know to pit later than the Bottas, for instance, and
well,
try to
I
overtake
need
them.
to hand him the issue that he had on his damn it,
Pissed off.
first, yes, yeah, I'm really pissed off. No, yeah, and I'm sure he was pissed. First pit stop,
Mhm.
where Red Bull had some issues with one of the tires coming off,
Yeah,
one of the wheels,
yeah.
actually, and that also didn't came his way. But in any case, the race pace was lacking, so I was expecting to be a little bit more fierce in his race.
True, but then the strategy they decided to put some medium tires towards the end, right, to try to overtake Bottas, right? But they were just lacking one lap in the end, right?
Yeah, as you said, now the Mercs have to think about two cars, two against two.
Yeah,
So Red Bull got the Mercs thinking what to do next
yeah.
because they are no longer the hunters; they are being
Oh,
hunted.
did you watch that?
Yeah,
It was very funny. We were talking about the press conference with Christian Horner and Toto Wolff. They were together
yeah,
in the press room, and the first question was exactly that. So, who is the hunter and who is the huntee, or
yeah.
how to call it,
The hunted,
hunted,
hunted and
whatever.
and the hunt.
And Christian Horner just said, first of all, he didn't answer.
Yeah,
That it just went round
directly.
and
Yeah,
round and
yeah.
round. And
Roller
Toto, yeah,
coaster,
and Toto
not
Wolff just said,
empty.
"No, we are definitely hunting." So the bulls. So yeah, it was very interesting that press
Yeah,
conference. The it
but
was like very tense there, tense moments.
yeah. So Plionage saying, be nice if Checo could put pressure to Hamilton and not just Bottas.
Yeah, just
My
giving.
feelings exactly, because my bets were Max first, Checo second, and simply because, come on, the guy has that Honda car. We will talk about developments that Red Bull introduced back in the French GP and now onto the Styrian GP. So come on, the hardware is there. Step up.
Yeah,
I know it's
um,
not that easy. It's easy for me to talk about because I'm here sitting hidden behind the camera and the microphone, and I don't drive, and they do.
yeah. But I think
But they are also paid the big bucks, and I'm not.
in the end, they tried to do something different and at least put Checo in front of Bottas. Probably the next step would be to overtake Hamilton, but that will be like like a big thing going on there. Anyway, it didn't work, the strategy for
No.
Checo in the end.
No.
And the top three, the podium, Bottas on third. He was able to save at least something out of the penalty.
True.
Uh, and because he started fifth, ended up third, so it was actually good. Um,
I was just going to say, if it was
yeah,
last season or any other season before uh, 2021, but after 2014, I would say with the car that he has, even with the grid penalty, I mean, yeah, he should have gone there, just perhaps win the GP and that was it.
mhm,
But being on
not
the
this
back
year.
foot,
Yeah,
yeah, being on the back foot with the handicap that they're having at the moment,
yeah,
yeah, it was good recovery, expected because they still have a good car.
they have.
So it was expected for me. It was at least it was expected, and yeah, that's that.
Exactly. Hamilton second, uh, as he said, he didn't have the pace, basically. And actually, he said it was the first time in the last 7 years that they didn't have the pace for to beat the Red Bulls. So yeah, it was fun to see. Not fun, I would say. It was interesting to see
Interesting. Yeah.
that
They were
yeah,
powerless.
they are at the moment
Yeah.
compared to the Honda engines. Um,
They could not give, they don't have the means at this point to provide a proper answer to
exactly.
whatever Red Bull is
And you know what,
throwing to the fight.
Toto Wolff, I don't know if you read that, but Toto Wolff just confirmed that they are no longer developing the car for this
Yeah,
year. So they will go until the end of the season with what they have,
true.
which means that I think the championship is done.
I'm gonna say this. So I didn't
We
want to get.
cannot, we cannot, we cannot discard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hamilton and Mercedes, but um, Red Bull and Honda are making a lot of progress, race after race,
Hmm.
and they are really invested in becoming world champions. Um, Mercedes, apparently not. They stopped
Yeah,
developing the car. So it only means one thing, right? Is that it will be probably not easy, but it will tend to be easier, right?
yeah. Because we are talking techie, I'm gonna just finish this up. And Max won the race. That's it.
In style, yes, it was. It was
Oh, talking
actually.
about that, he got a slap in the wrist, and the whole team did
Oh, we did,
because of
yes.
what he did. And actually, I agree with Masi because
Michael Massey,
Michael Masi, the GP director
race
for
director.
or the race director, and he came down to the team saying that okay, fair enough, you guys won, you are all happy, but you cannot, as the race is unfolding, is finishing, it's fine. But you cannot do a slow run on the pit straight. Sorry, on the main straight. Do a tire burn because you still have cars going for it fast.
Yeah,
Doesn't
they
matter
are,
if
they are, they are,
yeah,
they are, they are, they are.
and I agree.
I don't.
Sorry,
I
I,
don't. I don't.
it's the same for everyone. So
I don't agree with that.
yeah.
You have spectators there
Hmm.
that paid their tickets to be
Either.
there, okay, and to enjoy the race and whatever
Hmm.
it brings. And in the end, and after the finish line, okay, the cars will not be speeding, okay. Actually, they will just turn down the
If you
engine.
want to do that, you go a little bit further than the start finish line, and then you do that. You don't actually do it right there in front of the start finishing line. I'm sorry, but that's my take, and I'm gonna quote the new directive that it's been in place
No, that's
for
fine.
since when was it 2015, 16 perhaps,
Hmm.
where nowadays cars are allowed to do donuts, proper donuts,
Yes.
but they have to do it further away from where the race is finishing,
Hmm.
and they cannot uh, put anyone else in danger. And you still have cars speeding at that point where Max was. Come on, he could have just drove a little bit further into the first corner and do it there. Do it after the first corner. There's also spectators there. You have also spectators on the third straight. Come on, you have plenty of space to do that.
Okay, I agree with
It
that.
was childish. It was
I kind
childish.
of agree with that. Okay, yes. I think that. Yeah. All right. All right. Yes.
And actually, that's what's also what Pleonasmo is saying.
No. Lunajm said that wrote. I think it is dangerous to almost stop the car where he did it, and is a show off. Maybe too early, because who knows what the second part of the season might bring. That is absolutely true. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, That is absolutely true. Actually, in the preview, we were thinking and we were talking about the possibility of the Mercedes. Uh, sandbagging in the first part of this season, and then in the second part of the season, okay,
Yeah.
so let's just do it. I don't think that is the case, to be honest.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think that if what Toto Wolff is saying is correct, okay, and it's true, um, if Mercedes is no longer developing the car for this year,
Yeah.
I think we won't have like big surprises towards the end of the season. We
Yeah.
never know. We never know because this is motorsport and the Honda engine can break whenever. But
Well, yeah, yeah. Let's talk about that. So on in
Honda,
the
yes.
Honda engine, God, this was rough. So Honda, they did something really clever. So let's lay the foundation here and talk about upgrades.
Hmm.
Engine-wise, for this year, everything is locked. The engine that they presented at the beginning of the year, that's the engine that they have to go with. And when I'm talking about the engine, I'm also saying about specs,
Yeah,
horsepower, torque, fuel compression. I mean, all the features, and also battery and all the electrical engines output. So
the
all
main
this is,
things. Yeah,
yeah, all these are locked in tightly and they cannot change.
yeah,
However, if for security reasons or safety reasons or any other reasons related not directly to performance, but anything else that the team might come up with, they can do improvements or change reliability, for instance.
yeah.
That's also a big area for people for teams to continue developing components of the engine. So what Honda did was really clever, and come on, I gotta give them that.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
amazing. So they've kind of did some sort of upgrades, not increasing the the brake horsepower and all those features, but they also introduced a new oil which boosts the engine, and on paper at least it's more or less around 14 brake horsepower more than before.
Hmm.
So they find a way, or they found a way to introduce a little bit more power
Yeah.
still within the regulation or regulations. When that happens, I really get excited and I'm really happy with it. So, not just that, also, Red Bull, they kind of swapped the rear wing between free practice 1 and
Yeah,
2
yeah, yeah.
to free practice 3 and qualifying and then the race. It's a skinny wing. It doesn't have to do with the flexibility or elasticity or being bendable. No, it's just a skinny wing, less downforce, more top end speed. So all that combined,
Yeah.
they had a really huge power advantage. And to finish, to wrap this one up, they kind of went back to 2009 and they kind of changed a little bit the rear diffuser, meaning that they can harness a little bit more downforce without compromising the top speed. So it's more downforce with the same amount of drag. And
Yeah.
drag is bad. We don't want drag. We don't want draggy
We
cars.
don't.
We want a car that is efficiently in terms of with the aero package. And they, I mean, Newey is he's the man, and
Genius.
he got exactly that. I'm not going to go any more in detail with this because you can see that I'm really excited with it. But if you guys want to look for more information, you do have the F1 the official website for this, and also our Instagram for you to check all this information. And it's really exciting because, yeah, within the regulations and with the materials that they have, they were able to find a boost, overall boost for their car.
Yes.
I
I
love
was
it.
thinking about Adrian Newey. Is he already a sir? We've asked this before, right?
Not yet. Yeah, we did ask that question, but no, no knighthood for the time being.
Well, he should. A genius should be recognized as one. But
Yeah,
that's it. It's clever. It's clever from Honda to do that.
clever
Obviously,
thinking.
it was.
Awesome.
It is amazing as well from Red Bull to understand that with a different rear wing, they can probably bring something to the race. And in the end, if you think about it, this is a track that, despite as some the turns, they are very close turns,
Hmm.
but you have three straights that are huge, right?
Huge, yeah,
And that you
massive.
can have like a huge advantage there. So, yeah,
And the flow of the track is really awesome.
yes,
It's
yes,
it's awesome. And you sound correct. You have a bit of both. You have that the aero dependence
hmm,
on some parts of the track, the inner bits,
yeah,
and you also have those long straights where provides overtaking possibilities. You can gain time there if you have a decent power engine, power unit. Sorry.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a mix of both, and that's what makes this track so exciting.
It is. I would love to see, and we probably next year, if we
I
have.
cannot take this smile out of my face now. I love the techie bit,
I,
all those techie bits.
I was going to say that if we should have sent this the idea that you had regarding the option B for this track instead of
The
having,
reverse, yeah,
yeah, the counterclockwise in this case race,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That would be cool and interesting to see.
Really,
Uh,
really interesting. Yeah,
anyway, we'll see. We'll send the
maybe next year.
the idea. Yes, yes. Anyway, oh, well, hopefully not. Hopefully this will be the last time that we'll have like two GPs in a row here,
Mm,
because we only have this thing
because of the
happening
pandemic,
because of
yeah,
the pandemic and all that. So
Canada got cancelled.
enough is enough.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Now, regarding the racing, going back to the race,
sure,
the driver of the day was Charles Leclerc.
true.
Um, Indeed, he did an amazing race.
Yeah,
Okay, coming from last and ended up in seventh. It was a very good race. Not expecting that at all. The
I
question here:
voted Russell.
why, man? Why do you do this?
Oh, why did I vote Russell? Come
No, why
on.
do you why
Oh,
do you have to say that like in
oh,
my ears?
sorry. I wanted to
Anyway,
say I voted Ricard, but I couldn't.
anyway. So yes, we did a survey here in the Instagram, F1 this and that Instagram. The question was Charles Leclerc, driver of the day. Do you agree with that or not? And actually, it's funny to see that 55% of the voters said, yeah, yeah, it was not actually the driver of the day for them. Who else could have been the driver of the day, in your opinion?
Well, I was being honest because I did vote for Russell. Um, I mean, I don't know because
You have Sainz did a good
yeah,
race in
yeah,
its
he did,
own.
but he didn't do
Stroll,
it. To me, there wasn't
hmm.
an outstanding factor there. It was meh.
But Sainz, where did Sainz start? It was where?
So starting grid, he started 12, P12.
P12, ended up P6. Come on,
It
and
was good.
Leclerc.
He went from forward to the back.
Yeah.
Started P6.
So I'm not saying Leclerc
Yeah, yeah,
did a
I
bad
totally
race.
agree with your
Okay,
point. I totally agree with your point. Um, I don't know. It was
but
good.
anyway, what about Stroll?
Stroll, still, where's the outstanding there? I don't see it.
Okay, so Leclerc it is.
No. I'm saying that perhaps in other people's view there are others. I'm just saying that Charles was, yeah, those overtakes,
But he did a
yeah, they were good.
mistake. It was his own fault, because if it wasn't for that incident
Hmm.
slash accident, probably would have been like seventh as well, or sixth in front of Sainz.
Yeah, yeah.
and that would be his race. He did an outstanding race because he came from last, right? And as Pleonasmo always
Alex,
mentions,
Alex, Alex, Alex.
hmm,
I just realized something.
oh my God, yes,
Because so if Russell was keeping eighth, P8.
you keep talking about
No, no,
Russell.
no, no.
Why is that?
It's
Are you
just saying
punishing me?
that perhaps with Charles out of the equation,
Hmm.
he could have finished P7.
Anything else?
And
Uh,
Gasly, actually P6. Since you so politely asked, yeah, because both Charles and Gasly, they were taken off, right?
No, but Gasly was already out, so he was eighth, and
True,
Gasly
true,
was
true, true,
out, and
true.
Leclerc was
And Leclerc was
also
out there
behind.
already. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, back to P8 then.
Shall we move on?
We can, we shall indeed.
The
So
other
what else?
the other poll that we had there was how much did you enjoy the Styrian GP? And majority said 71% said so. It was
Mhm.
not. It was average, and 29% said it was amazing. Probably Verstappen's supporters, right? Anyway,
So what
Pluna
happened?
Plunajmo is asking. I think Russell did not finish. Do not know. Can someone enlighten me?
It's a legitimate question. Do you want to answer that? Do you want to send it?
He knows the way. Plunajmo knows the way, right? So
Please, not even knows the
he
way.
can go by himself, right? Plunajmo, thank you.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy, so he knows the way.
He knows the
Anyway,
litter box.
the championship as it stands now, the drivers' championship.
Mhm.
Verstappen extends his lead. He's now 156 points. Hamilton 138. Checo Perez third with 96 points. Norris fourth with 86 points. Bottas slowly recovering, 74
Yeah.
points. Leclerc Ferrari 58. Sainz Ferrari 50. Gasly did not finish this weekend, so 37. Daniel Ricciardo, 34. And the last in the top 10, still Vettel with 30 points. If you ask
Ricardo
who.
has a lot of points, actually.
Yes, I'm thinking, what? How come?
Yeah.
But yes, P11, just for your information, is Alonso with 19 points. So there is already a huge gap there between Vettel and Alonso, only 11 points. Let's see. Between the oldies, okay, who is going to finish higher, okay?
Between Kimi and Antonio, it's also very neck and neck, 1 point
Yeah,
each. Awesome.
yeah.
So those were the drivers' standings, right?
Those were the driver standings, and now I'm going to show you, and only you, okay?
Okay, okay. Only to our
The
viewers,
yes, the let me just do this right.
for your eyes only.
Yeah.
As you're putting the screen up, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna talk about a little bit of news that came out this week. So
Before you
total.
do that,
Okay,
I
sure.
already have it here.
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
Sorry. So Red Bull Racing Honda, 252 points. Mercedes 212. McLaren
Did you just
120
say Red Bull is racing Honda?
is racing Honda. Is racing with an Honda engine.
Oh, okay.
Huh? McLaren 120 in the fight with Ferrari for third place, and I think, as I said before, McLaren will end up third in the Constructors' Championship because Ferrari is no longer developing the car for quite some time now,
But if
right?
Ferrari continues to score with both of his drivers,
Yeah,
its drivers,
yeah,
and Ricardo doesn't step up,
yeah.
I don't see that happening.
But I actually believe that McLaren will be third because then comes the AlphaTauri as well to steal some points from Ferrari. Here and there, Aston Martin and
Okay.
Alpine. So
Hmm.
I don't know. But anyway,
Let's see.
Ferrari fourth, 108 points, and then a huge, humongous gap to the fifth place, AlphaTauri, 46 points. Aston Martin, 44 points. Alpine, 31. Alfa Romeo, 2 points. And As last with 0 points. Okay?
You yeah, I was just thinking that you reminded me like the what's his face?
Face. Okay.
I'm not remember.
Oh, that
Okay,
guy.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. So it will come back to me eventually. So and when
Eventually.
I do, I'll just stop you there and come back. I'll circle back to this moment.
Cool. Before we go to the news, let's
Mhm.
just look at the our top five championship because we have some people voting as well. Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
so it's good to tell them what happened this weekend. So, what do we have here? Let me
I'm
see.
opening the spreadsheet. Yeah. So your bet was.
My bet was
You have it there?
yes. So I have
Max
Max Hamilton,
Hamilton.
and
Yep.
then for one lap only, I didn't do it right. So I said Perez third, and actually Norris fourth, and Gasly fifth.
I'm laughing because as I was entering the names, Excel was just doing some sort of prediction. And actually, for next week, I will let Excel do the predictions by itself and see what
Okay,
it gives me. So you had Max, Hamilton, Paris, Norris, and then who was in fifth?
Gasly.
Gasly.
I only got the first two right.
You discarded Bottas
Yeah,
completely.
because it's Bottas. Come on.
Mine was what? Was Max, Checo,
Yeah, Hamilton,
then Hamilton,
Bottas, and Norris.
and Norris. So I got myself. Well, let's start with you
25
first.
points.
You started. You start with 25 as well,
And then 19 with
and
Hamilton
then
plus fastest lap.
19, and then Zilch again, and then nada.
Yeah,
Fair enough. I got 25.
and it was
Nada,
and
nada,
you got Norris as well.
and I got Norris as well. Yeah. So how much was it for the fifth? Is it 10 points?
X.
X. It's 10. Yeah. X marks the spot.
So I was able to recover some ground for you.
So overall. So Alex, 194 points.
Yeah,
Shaka, 219.
huge recover here, huh?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Anyway, we have here Pleonasmo.
So we are
Pleonasmo.
down. The difference is sorry. It's a one win. It's 25
Yeah,
points difference.
I'll sort it out next week. Next weekend, don't worry. Pleonasmo.
Chance.
He said. Okay, he said, "Are you ready?"
Are you ready?
Pleonasmo said first place Max Verstappen, so he
Mm-hmm.
got that one right.
Yeah.
Perez,
Yeah.
Hamilton,
Sorry, Max, Perez, Hamilton. Okay.
yeah, Norris,
Norris
and Gasly.
and Gasly.
So you only got Max right,
Yeah.
25 points.
25 points.
Yes, and then Raquel,
Yeah.
she said
She had.
Max,
Okay.
Hamilton,
Uh huh.
Perez, Norris, and Gasly.
Okay. So she got two first right.
And that was it. Yes.
Oh no, in Perez. No, Perez.
No, Perez was fourth.
Yeah, he finished fourth, so she got three right.
No. She said Max, Hamilton, Perez,
Ah.
Norris, and Gasly.
Oh, she did an Alex.
She didn't.
She
she didn't.
she discarded Bottas. It's
She did an
fine.
Alex. Yes. She did an Alex. Yes. And then we have here Paulo.
Mm-hmm.
Paulo says Max Verstappen
Mm-hmm.
first,
Got
second
that two right.
Hamilton,
Got that other one right.
third Bottas,
Got that right.
and then he screwed everything because he is a Ferrari fan. Okay, and
So
then he
he
said
decided to go
Sainz.
with Schumacher and Massa
Yeah,
or
or
Barrichello.
Barrichello. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he said Sainz fourth and Perez fifth.
Ah,
He had to put the Ferrari there.
he had to put it there.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, in the end, he was the yeah the one. He was the one doing the bets
Scoring
right.
most points.
Max, Hamilton, and Bottas, the first
True.
three.
Top three.
Yeah. So the winner for this weekend was actually Paulo.
Well done, Paul.
Paulo,
Congrats.
congratulations! You win
Our
two.
appreciation.
Our appreciation, yes, and two claps. That's it. Very well. Next weekend, don't forget we'll have this again. All right, between.
Next weekend, remember that we will have this again.
Okay.
Positive spin.
Yes. What did I say?
Don't forget.
Don't forget. Okay. So just do it. Yes. Between the qualifying and the race. Okay. We give you that as well as to us. But just vote your top five for the race. Okay. This is it for this weekend. The Styrian GP. It was actually fun to listen to the radio communication between Max and Christian Horner after the race. I don't know if you heard that. Christian Horner just said, "This is the Styrian GP, so Helmut Marko will be in the podium because he's from Styria, right?
Yeah.
So just make sure," he said, "make sure that you welcome him right or something."
Yeah, treat him well.
Yes, treat him well. So yes, it was just a bath of champagne.
No
And that,
Shui.
no Shui, no. And that's it. Regarding the Styrian GP, Shaka, anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, two more things.
Two more things.
I was about to say Toto Wolff, he's selling his Ferraris collection.
Okay.
So if you guys are interested, he's selling them.
Cool.
Some of the cars have like 2,000, 5,000 miles or kilometers mileage.
So brand new.
Whatever. Yeah. And also, during this week, we will have, or teams will be joining with the constructors for a meeting here at the Red Bull Ring. And they will kind of decide what to do next in terms of formula and engines and cost caps and production of the engines, specs, all that we enjoy so much.
Yeah.
And the good news are that Porsche and Audi, they are joining the meeting. These two brands, they have been kind of saying that yes, we want in, but they never do it.
Yeah, it's always like that. Yeah.
And it would be really interesting, especially for Audi, because they do have the Le Mans series with the LMPs, which engine-wise they are very similar to the Formula One. So they already have the facilities and the technology to build these power units.
Yeah.
Porsche the same. So yeah, I think with the right amount of cost caps, because it was a big issue for them, and now with the cost caps coming in a little bit more in detail and in action, hopefully we will see two new or more brands joining F1, which I think it would be really good for the sport.
Yes.
We had previously BMW, Peugeot, Ford. What else? Well, a few other brands doesn't add anything by just naming them all here. But in any case, yes, it's good to have them all back and newcomers. So yeah, I hope that they actually join. Cosworth, yeah.
Cosworth, yes. I don't think, I don't know, to be honest, because we were listening to this news like for the last, decade or so, and they are always saying, yes, we will, but then when they need to say yes, they just say, oh, not now.
Yeah,
because of things.
it's all
So
about the pockets.
yeah, the thing is that or you do it or you don't. Don't just like stay.
Relax.
Anyway, I was checking here for the next Grand Prix in Austria. Brand new venue, brand new scenario.
A
Um,
whole new world.
yes, the Zoo guy. What's the name? Zoo
Guan Yu Zhu.
Guan Yu Zhu. Okay, will be taking part in the practice one for
Yeah,
the
replacing
in one of the Alpine cars.
yeah
Which one is it?
replacing Alonso's.
Is it Alonso?
I think so. Let me double check that.
Alonso said something that yes, I'm very keen to learn with Zoo. So I don't know what he has to learn with Zoo, but yes. Um, and one
Sorry.
other thing that I'd like to mention
Yeah,
is,
it's going to be even more special. Quoting
hmm,
here Guan Yu, that I'm driving Fernando's car
oh
as he
yes,
inspired me to pursue a career in racing when I was young.
there you
Oh,
go.
he's still young. I'm very happy with the achievements so far, and I'm very thankful for the support I have. For the support I have from those around me.
Hmm. Yes.
So yeah, it's going to be Fernando's car.
That's it. Good. Red Bull says that they can't believe Mercedes will not bring any more updates for this year's car. Okay, so we'll see who
Okay.
stands, uh, who says it right. Now, another couple of things. News from this week: the Russian GP.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that?
Yep.
Sochi, Sochi
I heard
will.
it from you. Thank you
Okay.
very much for that.
So she will be in the calendar until 2022, I think, or 2023, and then it will be replaced by another venue. It will be Saint Petersburg.
But that's
Uh,
going to be a street circuit, right?
I'm not sure because I only saw the layout of the circuits,
Track.
but we'll have
I
to.
sure hope not.
And that's something that we're gonna do is one of the videos, and I was waiting for you, so we can do this one together to talk about the new layout. Okay,
Hmm.
and we'll do it sometime whenever. Um, so yes, it's news from this week. The Sochi GP
Hmm.
will end in next year. Okay,
Yeah.
so it will be the last time, which I don't
I
mind, to be
mean,
honest.
if it's a street race, Baku turned out
Hmm.
okay and all right.
Yeah.
The Vietnam circuit, thank goodness, never happened.
Hmm.
I'm really happy for that because the track was, I mean, for me, it was dreadful. You accelerate and then you brake, you accelerate, you brake, you accelerate, you brake, and it's really it's something that it breaks the flow of the race.
Hmm.
It's not funny. It's not interesting.
Yeah.
Very similar to Singapore, which for me it's also one of those venues that it's not exciting because you accelerate, you brake, you accelerate, you brake, you accelerate, you brake.
It brings
Should I
money
carry
to
on?
Formula One.
I
As
hate it.
simple as that.
Yeah.
Brings money to Formula One. Adds nothing to the sport, yes, to be honest. Pleonasmo actually is saying here, and going back to Mercedes,
Hmm.
I think Mercedes would bring updates if they thought they were close to Red Bull Honda. So far, they admit they are way behind, so they will not. Simple maths, too much to do and spend without guarantees. Could be the case, but I don't think they are that far away.
Yeah, not that
That's the
far
thing.
away. They are lacking more on the rear end in terms of aerodynamics.
Yes.
And if they can get it right, and if they still have some leeway in terms of engine power,
Hmm.
perhaps they can bring the fight onto the Bulls.
But I don't think they will spend in the engine. To be honest with you.
No, no, I'm not saying spin. I'm just saying, I mean, they have limitations in terms of
Yeah, but I don't think.
the engine mapping.
What I'm saying is that I don't think that they will improve the engine anymore. Okay. I
No, no,
think
just engine mapping. Just that. No improvements.
I think they will bet. I think they will bet to probably improve the aerodynamics somehow.
Could be.
I think that's the way.
Let's hope so. Because I want to see a 2-horse race or a 4-horse race.
In this case, a 4-horse race, yes.
We have been having a 1-horse race for quite a while, and I would like that cycle to be broken.
And that was boring, to be honest.
It's always boring.
It is. Yeah. Well, it depends. It depends because it's boring if it is Hamilton and Bottas, or if it is Schumacher and Massa, or Schumacher and Barrichello. Now it's not boring if you have Hamilton with Rosberg or Hamilton with Alonso or Kimi with Hamilton and with Alonso. So that's not boring. Now if you have one winning car but only one of the drivers can win, okay, then yeah, that becomes boring. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I was just going to check something here very quickly.
You check it. Check
Which
it all.
is the weather forecast for Red Bull Ring this next weekend.
No, you're not. No, you're not, because you're gonna have to wait until Thursday to do that.
But are we going to do something on Thursday?
Of course we are. Is
Okay.
that even a question?
I don't know, because we were talking about last week because it was the same.
Yeah, we
Or
do
the
it
track.
differently.
Okay, we'll do it
Guys, you
differently.
stay tuned
Yes.
because
Of you.
we will be presenting something different. You have to wait and see.
Yes, we will. I don't know what, but yes.
Of course.
But Chaka knows for sure.
Yeah, Shock knows.
So I trust him. Okay. So, guys, do you have anything else to say, Shaka?
Well, that's it.
Oh,
for this
hugs.
weekend.
Hugs.
Hugs, yes. No hugs sent.
Hugs. Let me
To
think.
whom do you want to send hugs?
No.
this
You
time
first. You first.
No, I was first last time.
You are always first, so just keep it going. Hugs. Oh, okay. I have one.
Okay, cool. Fire away.
No, actually, I don't. I don't want to send hugs to these guys.
Gee.
Okay. Do you want me to do it first? I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it.
So my hugs this evening will go to our followers, okay, our fans, our supporters in France.
Okay.
And we are in the same boat. And I'm so happy with that. Well, not happy because I'm in the same boat, but well, at least that. And Pleonasmo just confirms hugs to Mbappe. Yes.
Yes.
Had to be Mbappe doing that. So,
yeah.
Oh well.
I have a question for you. Do you know how many F1 drivers it takes to change a light bulb?
F1 drivers?
Yeah.
I think you can adapt that to whatever you want, right? But
Exactly,
no, I don't.
Just one. But it takes 400 something engineers to tell them how. No reaction?
So your hugs?
My hugs go to everyone who was watching us and
Oh, come on. No, man, that's way too polite.
It's not a question of being polite. Come on, these people just endured us for 1 hour and 30 minutes.
And
it's a great effort.
It is an effort, yes.
I have I have no one else.
Oh, really? Okay, that's fine.
Eder. Yes, I have one big hug to Eder.
Eder forever in our hearts.
Eder, because he's doing it for us, what we couldn't do it in the pitch.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. I got that one. See?
Yeah, I know you did.
And that was funny. Anyway, guys, so I'll see you on Thursday. Okay.
Yes.
Thursday we'll talk about it will be the chat previews the Austrian GP. Join us around 10 p.m. Greenwich Meridian time.
You were waiting for it.
No, I was just reading Pleonasmo's
He would stick it up his where the sun doesn't shine.
So Plenasm said about the joke, it does not work with Alonso because he wants to be the only one shining. So light bulb out.
That's it.
I'm
And
speechless.
on that note,
I'm
we are
speechless.
going to say goodbye.
Yeah, on that note, yes, I love that quote. And Plenasmo also loves that TV show.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
He loves to watch that TV show. And on that note, I'll see you next Thursday.
Indeed, we shall.
Okay, Shaka, big hugs, and I'll see you then.
Plenty.
Yes?
Many thanks.
See you, man.
Ta-da.
See ya.